If you're in an off and on again loop with your partner, your ex, it's very, very likely that one of you is an anxious, one of you is an avoidant, and watch this video for a little bit of clarity on that dynamic. So anxious and avoidant individuals in a relationship have different needs and ways of communicating with each other in a relationship. Whereas anxious individuals have a, propensity for over communicating their needs, right? Because they're always seeking validation and reassurance and some kind of feedback from their partner that everything is good. Avoidants, tend to under communicate in the sense that, they just want to push away the problem. They'd rather just have the peace that exists from not talking about things, and they don't really want to face the problem head on. As you can imagine, this causes a cycle because, the less the avoidant individual is giving feedback to their partner, to that anxious person, the more they're going to want, that reassurance from their partner. And that constant seeking, that constant request from the anxious is going to push that avoidant person away because, it's something other than just the baseline existence between the two. Furthermore, that avoidant individual is going to be much more likely to value their independence and individuality over and above that anxious partner who really at the end of the day, they just want to spend time with that other person. So in this way that you can see that, the less the avoidant does, the more the anxious is going to be prodded into doing even more of what they already do to begin with, which is to request from the avoidant, which pushes them away even further. And ultimately, this is going to result in a breakup. And that avoidant is going to be the one to break up with the anxious individual. If you think about it, it makes sense that they would have a much lower tolerance for drama because they're not used to navigating through it, right? Whereas an anxious person is always wanting to solve things and get that feedback from their partner for that reassurance. They're going to be more versed at navigating through arguments and that communication, like proper communication, simply because they're the ones, driving that conversation to occur to begin with. So the avoidant's going to give up early. They're going to say, you know what, like this, I'm just not feeling anymore. I don't want this kind of drama in my life, and they're going to call it quits. So taking all of this into account, you can see how the degree to which the anxious individual can build into themselves and get internal validation, and they engage in their hobbies and the disciplines and establish friend groups and just build more of an individual life, the less requests they're going to make of their avoidant partner. And the more that avoidant partner can learn to communicate with their other partner, the less they're going to have to ask for reassurance for. And there's also going to be less reoccurring issues that turn into arguments. Now, if any of this sounds similar to your experience and you want some advice on how to navigate through this, click on my profile down here and click this link and get connected with me, and we'll have a chat soon.